What is a blockchain? A blockchain, as the name suggests, is a chain of blocks where every block consists of some data and some hash. So, it is a technology where the transactions are added into a container known as block in which the data cannot be altered easily. Now, let's look at the components of the blocks closely. A block consists of three elements where the first element is some data, the second element being a new hash, and the third element is the hash of the previous block. Talking about the first element, that is data, it generally stores the details about the transactions such as sender, receiver, and the amount, while the second element of the block consists of some new hash which looks like this and which is always unique, just as our fingerprints. If we change anything inside the block, then this will change the hash, and hence hashes are very useful to detect any changes to the block. Now, coming to the third element of the block, that is the hash of the previous block, it is because of this technique that blockchains are so secured, and it is used to create and link the chain of the blocks. Now, let's look at this practically.
Let us suppose that this is our blockchain. Now, the very first block in our blockchain is going to be called as the Genesis block. This Genesis block would have a unique hash. Let's say it is 1234. It will also have some data, but it won't have any previous hash. That is, the previous hash would be null or empty. This is because it is the very first block, and hence it cannot point towards any previous block. Now, the hash of block number 1 here is 1234, which is the previous hash of block number 2, and similarly, the new hash of block number 2 is the previous hash of block number 3, that is 5678, and this chain goes on. Here we saw that the hash of new block is the previous hash of the subsequent block, and hence we can verify the integrity of the blockchain. But what will happen if we tamper with some data in the block? Let's suppose that we tamper with data of block number 2 here. As soon as we tamper the data of block number 2, we see that the hash of block number 2 changes from 5678 to 5289, and hence the previous hash of block number 3 becomes invalid. Not only this, the change in block number 2 will cause block number 3 and every subsequent block to become totally invalid.